Well, good day, viewers. Today we have a 2005 Chevy Trailblazer. It's here because it randomly won't start or stay running after a start. It had the in-tank fuel pump replaced a few weeks ago because it was leaking. And as far as I know, this problem has started since then. So in the vehicle, I'm going to turn off the radio and the heater so we can hear the electric fuel pump run. Watch the check engine light. I heard the fuel pump. Well, I'm going to get the scan tool out and get some gauges on this thing, check fuel pressure. So I got the fuel pressure gauge hooked to the fuel rail pressure tap. It's a little bit of a challenge. I could have put it a little bit better, but at least I put one. I got the pressure gauge on it, and I noticed before I even started there was no fuel that came out as soon as I hooked the gauge up. So I haven't got the scanner on it yet, but I'm going to turn the key on and watch the fuel pressure. Yeah, 55, and it's holding. Yeah, that's not good. Let's wait and turn the key off and see if... Seemed like the fuel pump didn't restart after that initial event. No, it's not running. Fuel pump's not running. Turn the key off for a few seconds and wait. No fuel pump prime. Let's see what the scanner says. So it auto ID'd the vehicle. How come I got no dash lights? No gauges. That's weird. Well, let's see if... Why did it go straight into BCM? Let's go into engine and see if we got any codes. No codes. Okay, cool. Let's go into bidirectional controls and see if we can run the fuel pump. Functional tests and output controls. Fuel pump. Where's fuel pump? Fuel pump relay. Normally it would only run for about 1 second, that key on, but this should command it on. Fuel pump relay right there. And turn it on. It's not turning on. And I don't hear a relay clicking. Well, let's find the fuel pump relay. So the fuel pump relay is item number 41. Where's 41? Right dead center. So this is 41 right here. So this should be the fuel pump relay. So I'm going to bring the scanner out here and command this on. Okay, so I'm going to try commanding that fuel pump relay back on and off here. Where is it? Fuel pump relay. Let's see if we can hear it clicking or feel it clicking. No sound from the relay whatsoever. Now I think he's already changed this relay. So let's get some test equipment out here. Well, let's put this relay jumper in here and see if we can run the fuel pump. Yeah, the fuel pump runs. And we now have fuel pressure. So it's the control side of the relay that's malfunctioning. So this gives us 4 jumper points to test here. Let's check the test light out. clip on my test light is a pair of vice grips. Make sure my test light works. And this is pin 86. If I ground 85 through the test light, the relay runs. So 86 has got power. Well, that seems awful dim. You notice how dim that light is compared to here? So we got a voltage drop on this pin 85. It's not turning on. I'm going to get a voltmeter. So I got the voltmeter hooked to pin 86 of the relay. It might be 85. And the battery ground, and it shows 6.6 volts. So that relay is, there's a voltage drop to the supply side of that relay. It might be in this fuse box. It might be another relay supplying it. Let's wiggle the connections on these relays here and see if anything changes. But that's the problem. I'm going to get a diagram for this. Well, I apologize for the glare. I'd like to bring this in the shop, but I'm afraid it might fix itself. So the problem's present right now, so I'm trying to diagnose it outside. So power for the fuel pump relay is coming from the ECM. This is not ground side controlled on this one. It's power side controlled. Yeah, I forgot GMs are always been power side controlled. So it's coming from the PCM, connector 2, pin 3, supplying power to the fuel pump, and it's grounded all the time. And then the problem is there's no connectors in between these two. I'm going to read the fuel pump voltage with the scan tool commanding it on. So I'm going to back into the scan tool here. And I've got the voltmeter set up on it now, and it's reading, what is it reading? I can't see that with the glare out here. 0.01. I'm going to use the scan tool to command the fuel pump on. This time it ran. I'm on the wrong side of the relay by the looks of it, because the voltage on the fuel pump, 0.09. $11 volts on that side. But it's running now. Damn. I was afraid that was going to happen. It was going to fix itself. So I had 0.6 volts on the ground, which means I have a bad ground. You can hear I'm commanding the relay on and off, and it's going on and off. Let's put the voltmeter across the relay pins 85 and 86. I should have basically 11.5, 12 volts. Turn it on. Damn, it's hard to see out here with the sunlight. 11.85 volts across the control side of the relay, but it's running now. I wonder if that ground is used by anything else. So this pin 86 is the ground. I'm going to read the voltage drop on the ground. And I was commanding it on before, and I thought this was pin 80 was the power. I had 6 volts drop across the ground. So I'm going to go between this terminal and the battery negative post. And with no load on it, it reads 0. And now it reads 0.04. Let's run the fuel pump and see if I got the leads backwards because it's reading negative 0.04. Oops. Well, I'm going to see if I can find out where that grounds. So the ground is G107 for the fuel pump relay. Let's find that ground where it is, G107. So I figured because it was already running continuously now, I'd bring it in, but I'm suspicious that we had a bad ground on G107 or on the control side of that relay, because at one point I did measure 6 volts drop on the ground. I assumed that was the power supply wire, but it was actually the ground wire. So let's find out where G107 is. Grounds. Why is my camera flickering like that? G100. It's under the hood somewhere. 107. 107 is item number 4. Oh, nice and convenient. Right above the engine mount. Right there. Item number 4, G107. So there's a bunch of grounds, 107, 108, 109, 110. But 107 is this ground on the side of the engine block. So let's have a look at it. So right now, measuring on pin 86 of the relay, and I guess it depends on which way you put the relay in, because this relay can go in either way. It reads 7.4 volts drop on that ground. Now those grounds are down by the engine block down there. I'm gonna have to put it up on the hoist. I'm gonna try and command the fuel pump relay on now. So I got the fuel pump relay commanded on with the scan tool. And if I supply a ground to the relay, the fuel pump runs. And now it's running, but it's still got 7.5 volts drop on this ground. So it's just barely enough to run the fuel pump relay. I can see some ground wires down there, but I gotta put it up on the hoist. I don't know if I can get at it from underneath though. I'll show you where they are. Way down, you can see the 2 bolts in the middle of the screen. There's 2 ground wires on those. I'm going to try and reach down there and manipulate them. So I'm going to try and reach down here and manipulate these. I can't quite reach them. I don't think you can get at them through the wheel well either. Oh, barely. Well, I'm going to set this up on the hoist. So that running fan is my battery charger. So you can see a couple of ground wires right in here. There's one there. There's a battery ground cable right there, and then there's another one above it. And there might be one even up higher on the far stud. Can't get at it that easy from here either. Drive shaft's in the way. But I'm gonna bring the voltmeter down where I can see it. So if we look through the wheel well here, you can see that one ground in the middle. Then there's another one. That's the one in question. So there's 3 grounds there, actually 4 grounds. The battery cable, and 3 other grounds. So I got the voltmeter where I can see it, and I'm going to try to reach up there and manipulate those grounds. Well, that's it. That's the problem. G101 or whatever that ground is fell off. Well, they could have put these grounds in a more convenient spot. You can see the one on the center there, but this one on the right hand or left hand side, see if I can get a better angle here. There it is. You can see the eyelet. The wire is just fallen off. So I'm going to try to undo all the grounds, and maybe I can pull the harness down enough to get at it from underneath, because I took the wheel off, but this inner fender skirt won't come out of here. It's there's metal right here anyways, so taking this fender skirt wouldn't open it up anymore anyways. Oh well. So there's the terminal. You can see that it's not weather pack sealed or anything, and it's open, so it corroded and basically provided poor ground to the fuel pump relay. There's the 3 bolts out of the other, or the 2 bolts out of the other ground, so I'm going to try and pull the harness down so I can repair it. Well, I managed to splice a couple pieces of wire in there. One of the other grounds was compromised as well. You can barely see the blue wires there. I managed to reach up through this hole with one arm and around the differential with the other arm, because you need 2 hands to crimp those terminals on. Here's the other one. You can see how it's corroded right there because it's not heat shrunk. I used heat shrink over top of it and soldered and sealed them. So we're going to put it back together now and check the voltage drops again. So I'm going to command the fuel pump relay back on. You can hear it running now. And the voltage drop on that ground is 0.17 now. So we're good to go. I'm sure that that's all that was wrong with it, was that compromised ground. We'll put it back together and take it for a road test. Thanks for watching.